Alright. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our new campaign of Dungeons & Dragons. This time not in the 4th edition, but the 5th edition, which is also the next one. 5th D&D Next. It's not officially out yet. We're using the playtest rules for the time being. Eventually we'll get the rules sent out, and then we may edit some things, change some things, but most likely we'll just fucking go with whatever. Just use the monsters. I am no longer the Dungeon Master. We have Jay as the Dungeon Master. The story is carrying on. How many... Well, Jay, do you want to explain where the story is carrying on and what's happened in between? And then we will talk about our characters for a little bit.
30 years later, this is 30 years into the future. The quest was never completed. So, Waterway... A lot of warrant on the west side got taken over. It's kind of getting run by zombies. And so... And then the orcs thought, you know, it's kind of an opportunity, so they kind of rose up, trying to take over towns, making, you know, slaves with all the races. And then you have the Dragonborns and the dragons, and they're not good. They're not good news. And I'm running out of breath because I didn't take a breather before I said this.
Breathe now.
Okay. And so a lot of towns. Waterways is overrun by zombies, which is crazy overlay, you know. Because we didn't complete the quest, because we're great. It's okay, Adam, I'm sorry.
That's okay, no, keep going. I'm actually intrigued, I'm listening. Yeah. I just look...
over these 30 years, the elves in the Southlands of the realm they do not really give a crap about the North, because it's none of their business, really. So they have not intervened. The dwarves have not intervened because they don't want to get into this business as well. They don't want to, like, what's the point? So a lot of it's untouched. Like the dwarven, the elves, a lot of it's untouched. But the main havoc is the dragons and the orcs and the zombies, which is kind of like war, kind of. But it's kind of like an unsaid war, and that's what's happened over the 30 years: just destruction. Slave, people, all that jazz.
Alright.
I'm not going to get too much into dragons.
That's alright. Do you want to explain what happened with the zombies? Or we're leaving that?
What do you mean?
How the zombies have moved?
Yeah, that's what I said. They were taken over a lot of the west side of Warren.
Okay, I missed that first bit. Alright. So each of our characters are different from the campaign. What happened to our old characters? You can explain about what happened there.
You will find out what's happened to the old characters. I have. Yes.
Okay.
You will find
out. We'll find out. All right. So we'll probably start off from my left to right. I'll go from my screen because that's what people will see. Jess, do you want to explain your character? Just a little bit of backstory, as much as you'd like to give away.
Okay. I am Keyleth Liadon. I am a Wood Elf Ranger. I grew up in a forest dwelling it only had about 119 other elves. It was far from really anyone. I had a fascination for the woodlands when I was younger, and about 30 years ago, we used to trade with the outside world, and that suddenly stopped, and hordes of the undead began to venture too close to us. So a couple of us tried to push them back, but it was getting a bit hard. And then a few elves were sent out to discover what was going on, and were never heard from again. So I took it upon myself to find out what was going on, and then I got caught and enslaved.
All right.
What happened?
What are you? What class are you?
I'm a ranger.
And what race are you?
Wood elf.
Which is a new race in 5th edition. Rest of it, I guess, we'll find out as we go. Anything else you want to say?
I suppose I should say what I look like.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do we see when we look at you?
Alright, so I'm about 5'11" in height. I weigh about 54 kilos. I have very pale skin with black waist-length hair and deep green eyes. Okay. I have the usual elven, unearthly grace and fine features, and yes, I'm 155 years old.
Old one. Well, young in elf terms.
Young
elf. 155. All right. I'll explain my character. I'm Dasmond Fleckmound, the human fighter. I used to be the leader and fighter in the militia resistance force in Head's Watch. After attacking a patrol in my local neighborhood, I was put up as a target, and the orcs started becoming more aggressive in my local area. So I kind of put up my hands and said, alright, it was me, I did it, I organized it. So I was taken as a prisoner and used as a laborer because I knew my way around, because I, making stuff. I was a farmer, I was a good farmer, that's it. Who am I repeating through? I'm repeating through someone. Hold up, I'm gonna figure this out. Hello? Okay, I'm repeating through Matt. No, Nick, sorry. Nick, I'm repeating through you. Can you change microphones, possibly? Because I know you have problems with microphones.
Change them?
Yeah, because you have two microphones, don't you? Like, you used a webcam one, and your headphone one? Or something like that?
I've only got one microphone.
Shit. Because I'm coming through,
Yeah.
I'm coming through, perfectly the same.
Shit, hang on a sec.
I don't know why it would do that.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's happened before, though. And then you fixed it.
Let me go into my settings.
Alright, I'll just take you off mic, so I can do the explanation stuff. So, anyway, we'll be back on. Alright, so he's a fighter. He got taken over to plow in the fields and do work for the orcs. The orcs with the orc encampment. I was taken to an orc encampment and I was plowing the fields. The orcs then got attacked by the dragonborns, and in my hurry to try and escape, I lost an eye. I got caught by a blow across my face on my left side of my cheek, and it cut through my eye and most of my skin, so I was left there with a bleeding eye. And then I was taken as a prisoner by the Dragonborns. That was 20 years ago, and I've been in the prison for that 20 years. I am 52 years old. I'm an old bastard. Humans only live till they're 80, so I've only got about 30 years left in me, but I'm quite dexterous. I am 6'2". I'm an athletic weight because I have very high dexterity, so I'm very good at nimbling myself out of situations, very good at throwing things. I'm 78 kilos at the moment. 87 kilos at the moment, but my perfect weight is around 96 or something like that. I have light brown eyes, and I have short black hair that kind of just slightly stands up on end. I've got my clean shaven. And my comeliness is 17. I'm quite a beautiful old man, like a George Clooney, I'd like to say.
Go away, ugly prick.
Yeah, I'm like a George Clooney, kind of looking fella. I'm pretty sexy.
I'm attracted to him.
Yeah, he's attracted to me. But that's basically Damson Fleckmore, I guess, in a nutshell. Let's go to Matt. Would you like to explain your character?
No. I am Haugaeldr, the Tiefling Cleric. I was part of a nomadic group of Tiefling who travelled throughout the lands helping those in need after the Warrens fell and the zombies started taking over. They're running around and we all praise the goddess Istus. I am currently 44 years old when this campaign starts. I am 74 kilos. I am 5 feet tall. So I'm a short, chubby bastard. I've got 15-inch horns shaped like rams, so I can't just go like that out of my head. I have dark blue skin. I have pure black eyes, purple hair, multiple ties down to my tailbone. I have a bit of a moustache with a soul patch. And the most important thing is all of my cleric powers come through a tattoo on my left hand because I have the tattoo of Istus sitting there and it just goes up my arm.
What does the tattoo look like?
It's a spin. Oh, here we go. It looks shaped like a spindle with a ribbon, and the threads are spiraling down the arm.
Let's change this to a penis. Yeah.
And so basically, for touch space spells, I need to be able to have this hand ready. If I lose this hand, I lose my connection to Istus. And my comeliness is far out, slightly above average for a tiefling. I didn't actually write the number.
I think it was like 14.
14, I think.
So it was like no above, yeah. Yeah, Jess, what was your comeliness? Did you roll that?
No, I did not.
Okay, same as what you normally do with strength and dexterity, 4d6, and take away the highest number. And that is your comeliness. Comeliness describes
Isn't it
how
take away the
attractive
lowest
you are.
number?
Yeah, you take away the lowest
How
number.
what?
4d6 and take away the lowest number. Okay, I'll unmute you in a sec. So it's 4d6 minus the lowest number. And your comeliness is how attractive you are. You're 9.
Ugh.
You're just below. You're below average for a elf. You're kind of like, you got like people who are like so you've got like an odd boil here and there, or
Oh, boils! Disgusting.
well,
Does it have to be boils? Of all things, boils. Can't it just be
all right,
scarring or
maybe
something?
you're
Maybe like
really
like the right side of my face has been burnt or something because I got too close to the fires in this place.
done.
Done.
Maybe you went through some hardship at the beginning, not taken too kindly to the something. I don't know. You make up some story about why it is.
Actually, I've got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
story to why.
There you go. Let the DM come up with the story.
Okay, I thought of a story. Dragonborns don't like elves.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Elves can't talk in the presence of dragonborns.
I'm pretty socially awkward, so I probably did speak.
Yeah, so you probably spoke and you probably got your face burned.
All right.
Yeah, done.
There you go. Sorted.
Done.
So you look like the Hound, but you're an elf. All right. And Nick, would you like to describe your character, seeing as your microphone is now fixed?
Yep. I am Andrath. I am a Wood Elf Protector Fighter. I can still hear somewhat. I can still hear feedback for some reason, but anyways.
Just go through and mute people and see who it is. That's what I did.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Actually, it's gone now.
Alright, sorted.
Alright, so my character was born down in the south. He served as a steward at, in a castle somewhere in the north as a child. He doesn't really remember where it is. Up at around his 110th birthmark, he became a fighter and he learned how to use a shield. He traveled around many places, accompanied by his children, who he has 2 daughters and 1 son, and he's got green eyes with grey hair, and yeah, he got grey hair early, even though he's like 197 years old. Yeah, that's much I can say about the character.
Okay. As much as you'd want to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, you've gone through everything. Yeah, cool. Alright, how tall are you and what's your weight?
I am 4.9 in height, and I'm 40 kilos.
Beautiful.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you're the shortest and the fattest. What do you reckon? Should we say our stats? Some people might want to know our stats. Should we say our stats? Just go. What do you reckon?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, Jess, you go with yours. What's your strength and all that?
Ooh. My strength is... So this isn't the mods, this is the stats, right?
Yeah, so say your... Say, for instance... I'll start off then, I'll show... my strength is 13 with a modifier of 1. My dexterity is 19 with a modifier of 4. My constitution is 16 with a modifier of 3. My intelligence is 12 with a modifier of 1. My wisdom is 8 with a modifier of -1. And my charisma is 12 with a modifier of 1. Jess.
Okay, cool. Alright, my constitution is 13 with a modifier of 1. My strength is 10 with a modifier of 0. Charisma is 9 with a modifier of 0. Wisdom is 15 with a modifier of 2. Intelligence is 11 with a modifier of 0. And my dexterity is 17 with a modifier of 3.
Matt.
So AC as well. AC
Oh, my AC is
10.
14 without armor on. By the
Oh
way.
yeah, my
AC
AC is 13.
That's pretty good.
10 without armor. My hit points is 9. My strength is 9 minus 1. My dexterity is 10. My constitution is 12 plus 1. My intelligence is 13 plus 1. My wisdom is 17 plus 3. And my charisma is 14 plus 1.
Alright, Nick.
My strength is 16 with a modifier of 3. My dexterity is 14 with a modifier of 2. My constitution is 15 with a modifier of 2.
Jesus.
Intelligence is 11 with no modifier. Wisdom 11 with no modifier. And charisma 13 with a modifier of 1.
And we'll do a HP check. So I'm 9. Jess, you are...
My HP?
Yep.
9.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt, what's your HP?
9.
And Nick, what's your
12.
HP? Fuck you.
You all
He
got
maxed
9.
it out. He rolled it. They were all 9
Definitely.
apart. I'm kind of okay with that because I rolled
I've
a
got
9.
9,999.
Yeah, well, fucking
It could be worse.
yeah. It
But
could
my
be worse.
wizard has 4 in the other campaign.
Yeah, and my character's got what's he, 10 or something? Anyway, enough about that. Jay, I pass over the rings to you. We shall start. Oh, also,
so you
just
wanna
quickly,
discuss
everyone who's
rules?
watching this, we have no equipment at all because we are in a prison. Jess,
I'll
Jay.
discuss some changes I've made with own personal rules.
Okay.
Okay, with last session we had bonding. We have the bonds. Okay, now until you are level 3, bonds will happen next session. For everyone, you know, it's kind of weird if you had bonds now. But until you are level 3, that's when you'll start getting points for bonds over doing sessions and so on, but you'll still get bond points. Then there are side quests. There's possibilities you could get a bond from that if you complete it. There's chances of, I have a D50 die. This includes a D50 die of the chance of how good the side quest will be and how good the comeback of reward. And so I'll also roll a D20 to see the chances of how good that is.
Okay.
So it'll be like, oh yeah, I get a bond, but you might have to do more to get that bond.
So is the side quest like a personal quest?
No,
So-
it's just like, oh, you know, it's just like, oh, there's something in the mine. It's just like, let's, you know, it's like, okay, let's go get that.
So it's like our
So
main
it'd be
quest
like-
is
it could be
like, we
really
need to
so-
get to this place, and we happen to be walking through somewhere, and they're like, oh, this guy's being a dick. We sort out that dick.
Yeah.
That's a side
So
quest.
I'll roll so that'd be a side quest. But in real time, if you keep doing side quests, the world will start to screw up because you aren't on your personal quest to do this thing, to do the main
Okay.
quest.
So if we
So-
so we got the main quest, which is the main thing that we're going after, and then the side quests. We can do them, but if we do them, it
But
makes
there's
the world
consequences,
worse. But
you
we
can
level up
get
quicker.
powerful. Yeah, you can level up quicker. You can gain items, rare items, money,
I'm gonna take
all
off
that
my
stuff
name badge
quicker.
from work.
But yeah, so I'll roll. There's chances of the D50. Sorry, the D50 is the chance of how good the item is, and then I roll a D20 to see if there will be a side quest and how good it will be.
Sorted. I like that idea. All right.
Okay,
Let's begin.
Yeah, let's get. Okay, you guys just moved cell because that fight just happened into another one. New York's moved you because there was killings happened. So you are now into the cell. You see, all four of you see an orc. This isn't yourself. There's an orc. There is an elf. There is a human, and there's a drow, and the drow sitting in the corner by himself.
So there's 6
But
of
you
us
all
in the
know
cell.
there's 8 of you in the cell.
Yeah.
So you've got you guys just moved cell, and then these 4 just so happen to be in there that you got moved into.
Okay.
But you guys know each other, kinda. So it's your choice if you want to interact with the new cellmates or not.
How do the cellmates look? Because this is something I'll be looking out for. I'd know these
Okay,
other 3. Were the
so
other
this-
3
okay.
with me in my cell before?
Yeah, those were
Okay.
because a fight happened in your cell before, but you got moved into a different block in a cell because
Alright.
there's different blocks with 4 cells each in them, and you
Okay.
guys got moved to a different block into a different cell,
Alright, no worries.
and it had these 4 races.
Okay. So these new people in ourselves, do they looks like what? How are their appearances? Are they athletic, kind of strong looking? Are there a couple of weedy ones? Like, which one looks the weakest out of all of them? I just want to know that.
You want to roll for a checkmate?
Okay, so you're all kind of average,
wanna-
kind of build, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like to you, you know, they kind of look, you know, they're dirty. Because all of you guys can see that they're dirty, just like you. They look like they've been in there for a long time, except for one of them. He looks clean. And that's the human.
All right. I guess what I'd do is I'd say, human, you look a little bit more fresh than the rest of us. Are you new?
Yes, sir. I am.
What's your name?
It's Jeff.
Nice to meet you, Jack. I won't ask how you got here because we've all got our own stories and we've got our own ways, and must have been horrible.
I don't know why I'm here.
That's all right.
And then he kind of just goes away into his own corner and kind of looks at everyone.
All right. I kind of look to the guys I already know, and kind of just nod to them. Just kind of nod.
Okay. You see, the drow in the corner you see is meditating.
It's meditating.
It's,
Alright.
It's just meditating. All of you guys can see a drow in the corner just meditating, sitting there.
I would personally leave them be.
You left?
Yeah. I'll leave them. Because I've seen Keyleth meditate before, and I've seen Andrath meditate before.
Yeah.
So
because they both can't,
yeah, because they both meditate, I would see this as completely normal. So I kind of
guys want to interact with it. There's two more elves, and there's a orc in there if you want to interact with him.
What's the orc doing? What's he doing?
He's standing there holding this. He's standing there at the bars, just holding it, just waiting for a guard to come by.
Then I'm just gonna observe him and watch what he's doing, because he looks like, I don't know. I'm gonna just observe the new people in the cell, the people I don't know, kind of learn what their attitude, kind of, I guess if something happens, learn their attitudes and stuff and see what they're like.
I walk over to the clean human.
Can I judge like how structurally sound the cell is?
Yeah. By the way, the block is a dim light. It's very hard. It's kind of ish to see. There's only one torch and it's at the back.
Oh, so it's kind of... So, okay, so as a human, I probably wouldn't be able to see too much.
Yeah, but, you can just see.
Yeah.
It's somehow lighting up the room. Like, okay.
All good.
So what did you want to do, Matt?
I want to walk over to the human.
Do you want to say anything?
Name.
Jack.
Yak?
Jack. Why?
Do you have a faith?
I was never brought up with one.
And I put my left hand onto his hand and she's like, may Istus bless you.
I'll say, don't mind.
Scared. He's kind of scared. He's kind of scared of what you're doing because he doesn't like you. You can see that he's scared of the touch.
I'm praying for you. You look terrified. I've been through hardships. I'm praying for you. It's okay. And I just continue to put my left hand on his head. And then I walk away from him. Nice to be with you. And I walk back to where I was standing. And I kind of just look around.
Okay.
Okay. Jess, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I wanted to judge how structurally sound the cell was.
How would you roll for that? Let me check.
It'd be like a wisdom or intelligence or something.
Yeah,
one of those two. Probably more likely wisdom. Wisdom check.
Animal insight, medicine.
Yeah, I'd say wisdom.
I'd say wisdom check. So you have, I'd say it's a perception.
Perception? Okay.
Because you're kind of like wary of that sound. So you have to roll perception to see how good it is.
Alright. And what do I add to it again?
So you add 5.
Add 5.
Yeah. Background skills.
Whoa. You can tell. Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting a 20. I was expecting more than that.
She's like, this bolt here's rusted, this bolt over here.
Yep, this one.
We can break free from this
This
shit.
one.
If
Yep,
I had an LH5K4 screw head right there, I'd be able to lift it up at a 45-degree angle and lever it up so that this institute would then degree that this cell is unsafe.
That's four. The cell is unsafe. No. You can see, like, what did you want to see? The structural integrity of it.
Yeah, to see if like there's any loot, like anything
You
loose or
can see that it's
like just
actually,
how structurally sound it is.
you can see that actually a lot of effort was put into these cells. So no one can escape.
Okay.
I'm trying to make eye contact with the cleric at the moment. See if he notices. But if he keeps staring, like I'm kind of looking over at him, just kind of staring at him.
I'm staring at my hand.
All right.
I sigh and bang my head against the cell.
Alright, I kind of... at the
Cleric
noise,
will
I
eventually
look
look up.
over.
He looks at his hand and looks around and keeps looking at his hand.
Just
If
looking
he's
at his
staring, it'll
hand.
probably catch your eye eventually.
Alright.
Nick, do you wanna do
If he
anything?
catches my eye, I'll ask him to come this way. I'll just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
finger you forwards.
I'm just going to observe the orc.
Just absorb the orc, okay.
So,
Jesus.
I'm kind of sitting on the ground at this point, and I kind of look at you, kind of sit next to you. I'm trying to
Orc.
avoid my eyes from the loincloth as you run over, but...
Okay. All you guys can hear is just a dripping noise
A stripping.
in the corner of the room. A dripping noise
Is
in the
somebody
cell,
pissing?
and it's
I
dripping.
I
It's
try to
dripping.
find
There's
it.
water
It's
dripping.
down.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
There's water dripping in the cell.
When was the last time I
And-
drank?
Last time I drank was say about 7 hours ago.
Okay, so I'll be mildly parched, but I'm gonna talk to.
Yeah.
I can hear the dripping, but I'll talk to the cleric, and I'll say.
I'm gonna walk over to the dripping.
So I'm
Walk
just
over to
turned
the
to the
dripping
cleric and I say, that Jack fella looks a bit. I try and say this as quietly as I can to him, so only he can hear, and I kind of whisper to him, that Jack fella seems a bit anxious, a little bit jumpy.
Just as you say that, 5 Dragon Balls walk into the block.
So do we
They
see
come
them?
up.
So they just kind of walk past our cell.
They come up individually to the cell. One stands in the middle.
Okay.
But one comes up the cell and asks you to get it. Asks you to chain yourself up and walk out. So he throws cuffs in, and they wanted to do it painful. So you have to put your own cuffs on.
All right.
So he's just these guys are like,
I pick up 2. I hold on 1 for me, and I walk over to the Jack guy, and I say, here, you got to put this on yourself. I'll show you how. And I show him how to clip it on by using my own hands.
yeah. So,
Like, I'm like,
so
look.
he'll-
And I pull it together like ting ting. He's like, you'll get used to them eventually.
Yeah, he gets it on, so he gets it. You showed him well.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys get your cuffs on. It roughly takes about 20 minutes for everyone to get their cuffs on. And they ask you to get in a straight line out of the cell and start walking towards the mines. And that's about a good 20-minute walk.
Alright, I make sure Jack's behind me, by the way. I'm in front of Jack.
Make sure?
I'm
Okay.
judging the cuffs.
He does the cuffs.
Trying to figure out if I can break free.
As you walk down, all of you see 2 burning corpses at the end, near the entrance of the fire pit.
Would we know why they're burning? Like, or we just
you
see them burning?
You can ask if you want. You can ask the Dragonborn if you want to.
I'm not gonna ask.
You're not going to ask?
I'm not gonna ask.
What did these ones do?
You want to roll for that, man? This is like, that's none of your business. You want to roll to see if you want to get some shit out of it?
What would that be? Charisma?
That would be a charisma check.
So what would I do to roll for that one? Just it's a 4
It's your
with a
modifier.
of 1.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
your
D20 modifier.
Plus your modifier.
So
So the
D20 plus 1?
D20 plus charisma.
So D20 plus 1?
Yeah.
It's like... So I'm just so what they do, you said none of your business, and they're just like, why? I'm in calves. Well, I'm in calves. I'm just curious. There's not much else to do.
Let's just say there was 2 unlucky escapists. We threw them.
I kind of turn around and look at Jack.
We kind of dumped them into the pit of fire.
I turn around and look at Jack
escape.
and kind of give him a look to kind of say, no, it's not worth it. Escaping. Basically, he's trying to make him scared a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you wanna?
Intimidation roll? Just with a look?
Yeah, intimidation. Intimidation roll with a look.
What would intimidation be?
Isn't that charisma?
It's under charisma.
It is. What's my charisma? I have it written down. +1. Roll D20 +1. It's gonna be like a... I look at him evil enough. I'm like, I just turn to look at him and just go...
Yeah, and he's actually frightened of that. He's actually a little frightened of that after what the Dragonborn said and after what you did. So you guys are now entering the mine to do your dirty work. You filthy people.
I would like, ooh! The map's changed! Can we zoom
That guy's
out?
smiling.
You guys should be on here. I moved you guys on here. It's not... Move!
Oh, no. You don't have to pull us back and forth. You can just click on it and it will make you do it.
What do you mean, click on it?
Well, you don't have to copy and paste us individually in there.
That's not... Yeah, I'm not, and it's not like dragging you guys into it.
I know, just control copy and then paste in there. Apparently it's Hatching Dragons.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Alright guys, heads up, they're Hatching Dragons.
So you guys are being pulled into this mine. There we go. You guys are being pulled into this mine.
There's Keyleth.
Can you guys roll perception checks for me, please?
Oh Jesus.
Deception.
-1 for Adam.
Yeah.
Which one's perception?
Perception's under
Wisdom.
Perception is under wisdom.
Wisdom?
Jay. Because I also have a 2 wisdom modifier plus the +5, would that be a +7?
What?
Well, because I'm trained in perception.
So it'd be 5 plus 2, so it's 7. Yeah.
Alright.
I got a 16 by the way, with my -1. I'm just
16
looking around with my
but-
one eye.
I'm trying to move these damn characters.
Just copy and paste, that's how I did it.
Yeah, that's
We
what I'm
should
doing.
still have control of those characters afterwards as well.
You guys all rolled? Well,
Yeah.
there's only 4 of you, so it's a lot easier instead of 5.
I got the highest with a 16.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
I 17 -1, dude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
One eye
I
sees the most.
thought Keyleth would have got the highest.
One would think!
One would think, but sadly.